Hello, welcome back to the FishLocker. Today, as you can probably see, we aren't on the beach. We're actually in the States. We're in Texas, and we're going to have a little bit of a fish in this creek behind me. It's just a little drainage creek. As you can see, the water clarity isn't great, and it's maybe only about it's 3 foot deep here, and there's a little bit of a bank in the middle. I don't know if you can see. There is a fallen down tree, and I've picked the eddy behind the tree. Now what I'll be fishing with is my Fladden Warbird travel rod that I've shown you before, a little abo spinning reel, and all I've done is I've just made up, to start with, I plumbed the depth, and all I did there was I just put a weight onto my swivel and just lowered it into the water to measure how deep it was, and from that I'm going to set a float. Now, none of what I use is very very technical or very expensive. All I've done is I've just gone to Walmart and I've just bought a set of floats. I think these were 99 cents, and a set of bait holder hooks. These are size 6 eagle claw bait holder hooks. Now, the thing that cost me the most was actually these night crawlers. We call them worms. And what I'm going to do is this specific type of floats. I've used these before. I like these because all you have to do, you can see they've got their own weight in them. All you do is if you press that, you see like a little tiny hook comes out. All you need to do with that hook is you press the top so the hook comes out and clip it on. There's your float rig. This is a 2-hook float rig. So all I've done there is I just made a blood loop. And snipped it. And I put a little hook on here. I've got a longer one with a hook on there. And literally all I'm going to do is I'm going to cast it out into here, and I'm going to wait for the float to go down. Now, I've fished in the States quite a bit before, so I kind of know what species I'm fishing for. Now, in the creeks like this, you might not believe it, but they are actually teeming with fish. They're quite big fish as well, actually. There's a fish called an alligator gar, which is it's like a pike but with armour plating. Most of the fish that I'm expecting to catch are going to be little bluegills, or they're called sunfish, like long-eared sunfish, red-breasted sunfish, and also catfish, probably be yellow mudcats or channel cats. I'm expecting to catch them in the eddy behind these logs. The sunfish will generally be near bits of structure because they're predated by like the garfish. And the garfish, every now and again you will see them rise to the surface and just drop back down again. Now there's one of them that keeps rising in the middle of here. Hopefully I'll get to show you one. The main thing about these alligator gars is they have an incredibly hard mouth. It's literally like a crocodile. Setting a hook into one of them is almost impossible, and they will bite you off like that. Now at the moment I'm only fishing, my hook length is 12-pound fluoro, and this is 25-pound mono leader that I've got on. So to land one of them would be amazing. If I'm going to fish for one in a moment, what I might do is I might put a little bit of a wire leader on. I'm going to recast this because it's drifted into the side. Hopefully we'll show you a fish. Incredibly, straight away, first fish. Incredibly, straight away, first fish. Now this is an unbelievable hook hold here. It's an alligator gar, the fish that I was telling you about, the one that I was saying would be unbelievable to catch. Look at that! You see the teeth on it? see them teeth? This guy properly is a dinosaur. I'm having to keep tight hold because he's very slimy, and if you can see the scales on him, this is incredible. You see where that hook caught? I'm not entirely sure what type of alligator gar this is. One thing that I'm very sure of is that if it bit me it would really hurt, so I'm trying to be really careful. I have to try and unhook him. There we are. Managed to unhook him. You can see his head, it just looks like a little crocodile, look. But I tell you what, he's strong. And incredibly, it's like incredibly tough. Literally like crocodile skin. Right, he's kicking off, so I'm going to have to get him back in the water. Fantastic looking fish, aren't they? Well, what a result! I was going to tell you as well that you've got to be careful about getting too close to water because there are actual alligators here. It's not like fishing back in the UK when the worst you're going to see is possibly a rat or a mink. Let's get baited up and get back in, see if we can catch something else. Just like before, all I'm doing is a little bit of a worm on these hooks. Now, the fish that I'm fishing for, I don't know if you can see how much I'm sweating. It is really humid here. All I'm doing is just threading a little bit of worm on. Like I say, there's nothing more complicated than that. It's literally a float clipped onto a swivel and a 2-hook rig. The different bites that I'm looking for. Garfish tend to generally be up in the water somewhere, so the float might not even bob, it'll just start moving away slowly. Whereas if it's a catfish or if it's a bluegill or like a sunfish, it will bob and go. I've tried trotting it down with the current a few times, and I've been getting a few little nibbles. But I can't take the bend out of the line because the leader that I'm using is a little bit too heavy for the float. So what I'm going to try and do, just with a big fish surface just underneath my feet. What I'm going to try and do is I'm going to sit the bait in the slack water. If you notice that when the current comes down past that tree, it runs down like that, and there is no current in here. This is like a slack eddy. The fish will hold up in there. One of the things I have had before is you also get snapping turtles and terrapins around here. So you'll sometimes see a bite where the float just goes under like that. When you strike into it, it's like a solid weight and maybe just comes up slowly. It's actually a turtle or terrapin. just getting a little bit of interest on the float. Because the float's only just bobbed a little bit, it's just moving away slowly. It's likely that it could be a garfish. Oh no. It's a little channel catfish. Can you see him there? Now you've got to be quite careful with these, because on the edges of these, you can see, look, and on the edge of this, there is a spike. You can see, look, and they will turn their head like that and jab you with their pectoral fins. Now I've had these guys for like £4, so this guy's only really a little tiny baby. There we go. Let's get some more bait from there and see if we can catch something else. I've just cast out. I don't know if you can see the float there, but it's already starting to move. I don't know if you can hear the thunder in the background. I don't really want to get caught out with that. Just leave that there. I'll just show you something up here. This is one of the things you've got to watch out for when you're walking around. Can you see the size of that spider? I've come to a different bit of the creek. What I've tried to find is, see, there's like a dead water pool there at the back, and there's like an undercut here with lots of roots. And I think that there will be bluegill hiding down here underneath my feet. So I'm hoping I can show you one. Just actually had a little fish come and turn up as I pulled the bait out of the water. Fish followed it up and turned on it. How they can see those baits in this coloured water is unbelievable. You can't see it, but I've got a nibble. Now I don't actually know what this fish is. This is a new one for me. It actually looks like a drum. Now would you believe that? Look at the size of that. How incredible is that? That creek down there is only about 3 foot deep. Look at that fish. The spines he's got on him there, look. These are spiky like a bass. And shows your anal fin there, it's got a really big spike in it. Like I say, I'm assuming that this is either a grunt or a drum, but I'm going to have to check up on that. Let me get him unhooked and we'll have a look at him. Now, like I say, this is not what I was expecting at all. I don't actually know what this species is. But yeah, I can hear him grunting, and he looks the body shape of a drum or a grunt. So that's what I'm going to say he is. Let's get him back. Swam away, no bother. Now light's just starting to fade away, so I'm going to see if I can get the lamp out. Oh, smash that one. Now, as you can probably imagine, being where I am, the mosquitoes are a real problem. Pull it out of its mouth. I'm going to give it 5 more minutes, because when I say the mosquitoes are all over me, it's an understatement. I'm getting absolutely eaten alive. Well, that last 5 minutes seems to have paid off, because I've caught what looks like a nice catfish. There you go. Oh, easy, easy. Fighting to get the one up. Fighting to get the hook out. I'm getting eaten by mosquitoes at the same time. Oh, there's the hook out. Try and clean him off a little bit. Well, that fella, this is how he finds his bait, this is how he finds the bait, this is how he finds his prey. But like the one before, there's a big spike there, look, and on his dorsal there's a big spike there. What a beauty. What a way to finish it off as well. Now, I don't know if you can see, but I'm absolutely drenched in sweat. I'm getting chewed to pieces by mosquitoes. But that guy made it all worthwhile, didn't he? It's a little channel cat. Let's get him put back. And let's get away from these mosquitoes.